This is what it looked like on a sunny October morning as 90 hikers of differing abilities made their way along a trail in Topanga State Park's Trippett Ranch. There was one participant who no one would argue possessed the most stamina to out-hike them all, Telma Ghazarian Altoon. Altoon was not just there for the friendly 4-mile walk and post-hike potluck brunch. The 41-year-old mother of two was there to be honored for her unique distinction as the only Armenian ultramarathoner on the planet. More about ultramarathons in a moment. Altoon was invited by the Armenian Hikers Association and the Armenian Hiking Society to receive the third annual Khachadur Apovian Mountains Day Award. Apovian, along with Hovhannes Ayvazyan and Murad Pagosian, were the first Armenians to summit Mount Ararat in 1829. Speaking of firsts, just about every ultramarathon race Altoon competes in is a first for Armenians, and she doesn't shy away from her heritage, as the flag she waves after competing and the patch she wears on her clothing indicate. She's proud to be an Armenian born in Iran who grew up in Los Angeles. It was her American hometown of Glendale where she ran 4 years of varsity track and cross country. She then got a scholarship to run at the Division I level for the Trojan track team at the University of Southern California.
Basically, I started running ultramarathons about several years ago. My passion for trail running led me to it. I was bored of road marathons and road races, so I took to the mountains. The long endurance runs really challenged me and pushed me, and I like to push my body to extreme limits. I think everyone's capable of doing it, but it's the mental push and strength that really lured me into it.
As mentioned, Altoon is the world's only Armenian ultramarathoner, competing in what are called self-sustaining, multi-stage, and long endurance races. She competes locally and internationally, consistently placing at or near the top of the pack.
There are several different kinds of ultramarathons and endurance runs and races. One of them are self-sustaining stage races. I do those, and I'm pretty good at those. They're self-survival, basically unsupported races through several days where you're running 30 to 50, 60 miles per day. But it's not just a run. There are actual cliffs where they just throw a rope and you climb up a cliff, and there's sand dune running, and there's climbing where you're all on fours. The self-sustaining part is they don't provide you with anything except for water. So your nutrition is on your back, and your sleeping gear is on your back, and you carry it through deserts, mountains, all of it. The second type of ultramarathons are the endurance runs that are just plain endurance runs. You just show up, you do 50 miles, you do 100K, which is 62 miles, or you run 100 miles.
The races she just mentioned are featured in Ultra Running magazine, oftentimes mentioning Altoon herself. A month ago, in September 2016, Altoon finished 10th among the women in the Kodiak 100-mile endurance run in Big Bear, California. It took her just under 35 hours, which means she was running almost non-stop for a day and a half at high altitudes.
She's a role model for our younger generation, the younger girls in particular, to look up to Telma and see that, they can also exceed in their sports activities.
First, thank you. Thank you for everybody that's taking your time from family and on your Sunday to come out here for me. I'm extremely humbled. I'm really honored, and I appreciate Robert for
Yes, I'll be Dilam.
I've been doing this my whole life, and I don't think anyone has cared or looked or paid attention. I've just done it.
Altoon will continue training and competing for the next 6 months or so as she gears up for a non-competitive ultra-marathon of a lifetime, running in the summer of 2017 along the Janapar Trail, 178 miles of what some might call uncharted territory. For most hikers, runners, and mountain bikers, the land is pristine and not well traveled. Altoon is making the run in part to draw attention to what's expected to grow into a popular place for ecotourism. The Janapar Trail is predominantly in the mountainous Republic of Artsakh, running from Vardanis, Armenia to Hadrut, Nagorno-Karabakh, allowing tourists to travel past high mountains, over hills, and through valleys and canyons. For someone who competes around the world showcasing her Armenian pride, Altoon will be able to do her thing in a neighborhood her ancestors lived for thousands of years.
It'll be my first time running in my homeland. I've never been to Armenia. I've run around the world and competed everywhere. And I've never set foot on that soil, so I'm thoroughly looking forward to running there and also enjoy myself running on those trails in my home country. So looking forward to the June challenge.
Reporting for the Globalist Films ProBonoHye Volunteer Initiative, I'm Peter Musurlian.